Hey, I'm Jamie Sumner. I am the author of Roll With It, and I thought I would read you a little scene today. This is when Ellie and two of her friends actually go on the perfect anti-Valentine's Day adventure because Ellie does not want to go to the dance, so she decides to do something else. So, here we go. We choose our ball colors out of a bucket. I'm purple, Coralie's red, Bert is blue. While we wait for Bert to unlock the gate, Mom leans over me and taps my jacket where I've got my phone. Her breath makes a cloud. I'll be here if you need me. You call me when you're done or if you get too cold. I nod, but when she tries to stuff mittens in my pocket, I roll away. Everybody knows you can't play miniature golf with mittens. The gate creaks open and Bert waves us inside with his club over his shoulder. Let's do this, Coralie yells and races through. It's a proper 18-hole course and it's kind of amazing. It's got a Western theme. There are holes that look like saloons and a desert and a train filled with gold. There's even one with a horse's tail that swishes back and forth in front of the hole when you turn on the switch. I can't believe your brothers did all this. They're on scholarship for engineering, Bert says. Like, of course it's totally normal to build a miniature golf course in your spare time. I'm beginning to think Bert is the most normal one in his family. Me first, Coralie yells. Hold on, hold on. Bert pulls a tiny scorecard and pencil out of his white jacket pocket. He looks like the guy on the front of the popcorn box, or Colonel Sanders. We have to make it official. Whatever, Coralie says and drops her ball. I smile. They have no idea. Coralie hits like she's trying to make it to the moon. Her ball flies off the rocks and back down the green. One time she has to chase it into the parking lot. Bert is worse. He's so precise it takes him 5 minutes to line up a shot. But he almost always gets it in the hole in 2 or 3 swings. By the 5th hole, they both stand back and watch when I roll up to tee off. What I did not tell them when we pulled up is that I have been playing miniature golf since I was 3. Mom and I went to the fun park out near the mall all the time in the summer. While the other kids ran off to the go-karts and the bumper cars in the arcade, I stayed with Mom on the greens. And so now, after 9 years of practice, I can line up, lean over, hit the ball one-handed, and get a hole-in-one almost every time. Mini golf is my jam. You're like a golf goddess, Coralie says when I hit one over the water and through the Grand Canyon to the hole on the other side. My hands are freezing and I can't really feel the club, but I nod. Yes I am. It's getting darker now and I think of all the other kids heading off to the dance and I feel sorry for them. Did you know that 7 men died in the St. Valentine's Day massacre in 1929? Bert, geez, filter, remember? You're up anyway, Coralie says. He lines up his shot for 3 minutes and then finally swings, but misses the hole that is just to the left of a wooden cactus. It's only by half an inch, but a miss is a miss. He takes out his scorecard, makes a note, and then walks forward. He's still talking when he steps up and taps his ball in. Well, did you know that St. Valentine was a priest who was martyred and buried on February 14th in a city near Rome? Bert! I poke him in the shoulder with my club. My point is, you two, that miniature golf is a much more appropriate pastime for Valentine's Day than a dance or date or dinner. Romance has no place in this holiday. Except dinner sounds good right now, I say, and wipe my nose on my sleeve. Okay, Coralie says, this is the last hole, then dinner. But I grab both their clubs before she can take her running start. Even though I'm pretty sure my toes are blue inside my boots, I still want a minute to take a mental picture of all of us, head to toe in red and white like candy canes on the 18th hole. My club is across my lap and I can hear the water from the hose running through the canyon. It's perfect. It's the best Valentine's Day, or any day really, I've ever had. What? Coralie says. Nothing, I'm just sizing up my victory shot. Nah, don't you know the rules? Whoever gets a hole-in-one on the last hole is the real winner. She takes a flying leap and we all duck when her ball shoots off the bucket of gold on the little wooden train and comes flying back at us. Bert catches it with surprising reflexes. I, of course, take the hole in one. So that is roll with it. And if you're watching and you're bored and want something to do, I have a little creative writing activity for you. So in the story, Cora Lee is Ellie's best friend, and she's always talking about people who are cliches and how nobody wants to be a cliche. And Ellie, of course, agrees because she always gets lumped in with people. People see her wheelchair and they think she's just a girl in the wheelchair. She's not an amazing baker, which she actually is. And so Ellie is all about breaking cliches. So here's an activity for you if you're trying to write a story and you want your characters to be interesting and not boring. So here's what you do. I want you to pick an object. It could be anything. It could be a bicycle chain, a gum wrapper, a Pop-Tart, a tiara, anything you want. Doesn't matter. So think of an object, whatever that is in your head. Then what I want you to do is give that object an owner. So write as much detail as you can think about the person who owns that object. Who really owns that bicycle chain? What are they doing with it? Is it on a bicycle? Is it in the middle of the road? Did they find it hanging in a tree? So think about everything you can think of for this person. What are they like? What do they eat for breakfast? Do they stay up late or do they get up early? So write as many details as you can. Once you feel like you really know your character, including even what they look like and who their friends are, I want you to take a step back from them. Look at your whole list that you made and think about something that someone might assume about them just from looking. So maybe you picked basketball shoes and then you made your character a basketball player. What is something that someone would assume, oh, a jock or whatever, and doesn't like math, whatever you want to pick. Some cliche, and then I want you to break the cliche. So this kid who owns the basketball shoes and plays basketball, what would make him unexpectedly different from what someone would assume? So think about it. Like Spider-Man is cool because you see him and at first all you see is a geek, right? And then he's Spider-Man. Or Queen Elsa is cool because you expect her to be a helpless maiden in distress and she's not. So think about some character you could create that you see them and when you look at them, they look one way and they're different. So that is your writing assignment for the day. It's really fun. Also, go through your favorite movies and see how they break cliches too and your favorite books. All right, that's it. I'm Jamie Sumner. I'm the author of Roll With It. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for listening.